Hello everyone, what's up? Welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to be doing my Champions League knockout stage predictions. Because we've now gone through the whole league stage of the Champions League and we're now into the knockout stage. So I'm just going to go through the whole thing and at the end we will get my prediction for who I think is going to win the Champions League. Because we've got quite a few teams I could see winning it. So it'll be quite an interesting video, this. Lots of games to predict and I'm sure it'll be really good. So if you are excited, make sure you like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Now, let's get into it. So we're going to start things off with the playoff round. So I'm going to predict every single game. So leg 1 and leg 2, because why not? So yeah, playoffs, if you don't know, was from the league stage 9th to 24th, and then the first 8 coming in the round of 16. So leg 1, Monaco 1, PSG 2, Galatasaray 2, Juventus 0, Benfica 1, Real Madrid 1. Of course, that's a repeat of the incredible game. That last minute winner from the goalkeeper, that was incredible. Dortmund 2, Atalanta 1, Karabakh 0, Newcastle 3. Then you've got Club Brugge 1, Atletico Madrid 3, Bodo Glimt 1, Inter Milan 4, then Olympiacos 2, Bayer Leverkusen 2. And then the leg 2, so we've got PSG 2, Monaco 0. So PSG advanced 4-1 on aggregate. I definitely think they'll manage to get past Monaco, reigning champions of the Champions League. Juventus won, Galatasaray 0, but Galatasaray beat Juventus 2-0 in the first leg, so 2-1 on aggregate to Galatasaray. Yeah. Real Madrid 0, Benfica 0. And then on penalties, I'm actually going to say Benfica beat Real Madrid 5-4. What I would love to see is like that penalty shootout gone for quite a while and it ends up we've got the goalkeepers taking and the one who scored the winner scores the winning penalty. That would be incredible. But yeah, I'm actually going to say Benfica get past Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid will definitely be in control of that game, but just struggle to get the end product. And on penalties, well, anything can happen really. And I reckon Benfica will get past Real Madrid. Then Atalanta 1, Dortmund 1, so Dortmund will win 3-2 on aggregate. Newcastle 2, Karabakh 0. Newcastle with a statement result, winning 5-0 on aggregate. Then Atletico Madrid 2, Club Brugge 1, so Atleti win 5-2 on aggregate. Then you've got Inter Milan 2, Bodo Glimt 0, so 6-1 to Inter Milan on aggregate. I don't think they'll have too much trouble getting past Bodo Glimt, however. Bodo Glimt, they did get that result against City, so you never know. Then Bayer Leverkusen 1, Olympiacos 1, which would be 3-3 on aggregate. And another slightly surprising result on penalties. I'm going to say Olympiacos win 4-3 on penalties against Bayer Leverkusen. So a bit controversial, but there you go. Now we've got the round of 16. So I don't think they've done the draw yet for like what seeds are in what places, like who they'll be playing. So I've kind of just done it randomly, really. So, but I'll try to match it up. So, first and 8th seeds will like play in the quarters, and like 2nd and 7th, 3rd and 6th, 4th and 5th. If you get the idea. It'll make sense as we go along. So PSG 3, Barcelona 1 in the first leg. Then Galatasaray 2, Tottenham 1, so both seeds losing there. Benfica 0, Man City 0. Then Dortmund 1, Arsenal 3, first seed to win. Then Newcastle 2, Chelsea 1. Atletico Madrid 3, Liverpool 2. So Liverpool been a bit iffy this season, so you never know with that. Then Inter Milan 4, Sporting 2. And finally, Olympiacos 0, Bayern Munich 3. And the second legs, I'm going to say Barcelona produced an incredible comeback. 3-0 against PSG to get past them 4-3 on aggregate, and the reigning champions are out. Tottenham 1, Galatasaray 1, which I think I meant Tottenham 2, Tottenham 2, Galatasaray 1, which would be 3-3 on aggregates. But on penalties, you know what? I'm going to say 4-3 to Galatasaray. As I said earlier, anything can happen on penalties. Of course, in the league, Tottenham have really struggled this season. Looks like another poor season for them under Thomas Frank this time. And yeah, I think Galatasaray will get past them. Then City 2, Benfica 0, so City win 2-0 on aggregate. Arsenal 1, Dortmund 0, so 4-1 on aggregate for Arsenal. So they're looking incredible, got a really good squad. I don't think they'll have too much trouble against Dortmund. Then Chelsea 2, Newcastle 2, which would mean Newcastle win 4-3 on aggregate. I think that could be an epic game. Maybe Chelsea go 2-0 up, then Newcastle get the equaliser, so it looks like we go to extra time. Then maybe a last minute winner for Newcastle. Then Liverpool 2, Atletico Madrid 0. Another good comeback there. 4-3 to Liverpool on aggregate. They pull it back. Then Sporting 1, Inter 1, which would mean 5-3 to Inter on aggregate. Sporting done really well to get into the top 8 this season. However, I do think Inter's going to be a bit too much for them on a 2-leg match. Then Bayern Munich 2, Olympiacos 1, so Bayern Munich advance 5-1 on aggregate. Now on to the quarterfinals, and firstly I'm going to say Galatasaray 0, Barcelona 1. Barcelona done well to come 5th in the league stage this season, but last year they're so unlucky not to make the final against Inter Milan. But I think Galatasaray came 20th in the league stage. I think they are going to have this run to the quarterfinals, though. I think those games, like if they can win the playoff game, then I think against Juventus, which I think is possible. You know, Juventus haven't been the best in recent times, and then Tottenham, we all know they're struggling, especially in the league. So I think they could make it to this round, but I do think that Barcelona might be a bit much for them, but we'll see what happens in the second leg. Man City 2, Arsenal 2, then Newcastle 2, Liverpool 1. So 2 all Premier League matches there. Inter Milan 0, Bayern Munich 2. Then leg 2s, I'm going to say Barcelona 1, Galatasaray 1, but Barcelona won't complain because it means they get past Galatasaray 2-1 on aggregate. Then I'm going to say Arsenal get a 2-0 win over Man City at the Emirates for a 4-2 win on aggregate. As I said earlier, Arsenal, they've got a really good depth. So I think if there's going to be a team who manages to, you know, compete in multiple trophies this season, I think it'll be them. Obviously, already in the Carabao Cup final against City, but I think they could be challenging for quite a few titles this season. Then I've got Liverpool 2, Newcastle 1, so that's going to be 3-3 on aggregate. I'm actually going to say Newcastle advance 6-5 on penalties, so really good result for Newcastle. As I said, anything can happen on penalties, and I mean, Liverpool really not being that good this season, and never know with Newcastle, they could manage a result there. Of course, didn't get to the Carabao Cup final in their defence of the title, but still semi-final there, and they're a decent side, so I'm actually going to say, yeah, they get there. Then Bayern Munich 2, Inter Milan 1, and that's going to mean 4-1 on aggregate for Bayern Munich. Yeah, I think Bayern Munich's looking pretty solid this season. In the league stage, they came second on 21 points, just lost the one game. Yeah, I think they could be in real contention for a Champions League this season. Yeah, and they're looking pretty good. So we are now on to the semi-finals. And firstly, Barcelona against Arsenal. And this could be an interesting game. I think Barcelona, really solid team with, you know, they've got Lamine Yamal, Rafinha. They're a really good team, and yeah, they really could have won that Champions League if they'd knocked out Inter, who, of course, did fall quite hard to PSG in the final. But I'm guessing Arsenal beat them 3-1 in the first leg away in Barcelona. Then you've got Newcastle versus Bayern Munich, and No, I'm going to say 3-2 to Newcastle in that first leg. Bayern Munich did great second in the league stage, but I think Newcastle, who, to be honest, were pretty unlucky not to get into that top 8 when you think that there are quite a few chances in that PSG game which they drew. If they'd have won that game, then they would have been in the league stage, in the top 8 of the league stage. And they did have quite a few chances which they couldn't capitalise on. So I do think they're going to win that first leg. And then second legs, Arsenal getting a comfortable lead in the first leg. I don't think they'll be able to take their foot off the pedal a bit in the second leg. I'd say it'll be a 2-2 draw, though, decent game, 5-3 on aggregate. Then I'm going to say Bayern Munich beat Newcastle 3-1 in that second leg, so 5-4 on aggregate to Bayern Munich, but that'd be a really good run for Newcastle if they could make a Champions League semi. We saw Villa get to the quarters last year. I do think Newcastle will go one better though, which will be pretty good. Then the final, and yeah, two really good sides, Bayern Munich. They've been really good. I've been impressed by them this season. But then you've got Arsenal, and their squad's so good. You've got depth in most positions, really. And I do think that's the reason why they're going to challenge for quite a few titles this year. You know, the quadruple's on, isn't it? If they're in the final of the Carabao Cup, top of the Premier League, we all know they could bottle it again, but they're looking pretty good that this year will be their year, maybe. And then you also got the FA Cup. But now I'm going to also win the Champions League 3-2 against Bayern Munich in the final. I do think that'll be a really good game in Budapest, though. And I believe it's going to be the first Champions League final at 5 o'clock instead of 8 o'clock, which is interesting. I get why they're doing it. You know, you got more time, that kind of reaction and celebration afterwards. It'll be interesting. Obviously, we had so many famous Champions League final and just like the whole tournament. Those moments, you know, at night will stay, but you do get lots of in the final. You know, it's night time, and we're getting a great dramatic Champions League final. But yeah, it's an interesting one. I'm not really sure where I stand on it, but at the end of the day, no change to the quality of the football, and I do reckon Arsenal will get a win and win the Champions League. And that concludes the video. So yeah, I really enjoyed that. Quite interesting to see who I reckon's going to be the winner, Arsenal. And yeah, could they get a quadruple? You know, when we think about it, I'm going to say they win it, but you've got 24 teams left. It could be Bayern, it could be even someone like Liverpool, maybe in a City. Carabao Cup final is one game, and Man City and Pep do know how to win it. I think 1 point they won 4 on the bounce, I think, or 4 out of 5, some sort of stat like that. So I'm kind of leaning towards City, but I do think Arsenal will go into that as favourites. FA Cup, well, we're on the 4th round, so 32 teams left. Like, I know you probably pick someone like Arsenal to win it, but I think it's a bit too early to tell. Yeah, I don't think you really pick a winner just like at this point. But if I was going to pick someone, maybe someone like Villa, even Newcastle, I think they've got each other in the 4th round, so only one of them will be in the 5th round, but we'll see how that goes. Then Premier League, yeah, I think they're going to hang on this season. I do. But you know what they're like. They could bottle it again, but we'll see. Yeah, really enjoyed the video. I'd love to hear your predictions. Also love to hear some video suggestions. Of course, as I said, like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. One thing left to say. Bye and peace.